Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this tutorial is supposed to be based on like a glamorous version of the Joker. Now imagine if the Joker has a really awesome, spectacular, really hot date out in the city, just killing people and slaying these bitches with the glittery smoky eye and that bold red lip and green hair. So if you want to see how I transform myself into this glamorous madness, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is actually take the NYX's Jumbo Eyeliner Pencil in Milk, and we're gonna start using this to basically blank out our eyebrows, and this is gonna give us a blank canvas to work upon. Okay, so I know that I look weird right now. Basically what I did now is that I took the Morphe 35C palette, and I'm gonna take a whole bunch of these green shades, and I'm going to basically experiment with my eyebrows. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but okay. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows using the greens, and as always I first like to start off on the arch of the brow and then work my way down the tail of the brow. To make my life easier, let me just comb through my brows first. And then I like to move on to filling the front, but in the front I'm actually going to use a lighter shade. And I'm actually going to take the green and then flick it up, and that's going to simulate hair growth. I'm also going to run that through my lids as an eyeshadow base. Then taking translucent powder and setting this dish. So for the most part of this tutorial, we will be using the Morphe 35C palette, mainly because it's right in front of me and I'm honestly very lazy to go look for another palette, so we gonna deal with this. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna grab a transition color, and I'm gonna take these two shades right here, and I'm using a Morphe M200 brush. I'm not sure if that's gonna focus or not. Basically, it's like a fluffy crease brush. I'm just gonna use that and blend it on my crease as my transition color. Make sure to blend it out real good. Great! Now we're gonna take a darker shade and put that right in the crease. So once we look like an Oompa Loompa, we're gonna start playing around with purples and with all that colorful stuff now. So now I'm gonna take the purple shades from this palette, mainly this really kind of like dark purple. Don't know if y'all can see that on focus, but I'm gonna take that with a Wonderland Cosmetics M.A.C brush, and I'm gonna pat that all over the lid. So change of plans, I'm gonna take the Starcrushed Minerals pigment in Taboo, which is like a beautiful purple, and I'm going to pat this all over my lid instead. One thing that I'm noticing straight away is that, I don't know why, I think that the pigment is not turning out very well on my eyelid. As you can see, it's kind of like clumping up a little bit. And there's some darker spots and some lighter spots. I really do not know why it's doing that, but it's okay because we're gonna cover it up later. Look at all the fallout though. Okay, so now we're gonna take the black eyeshadow from the exact same palette and put this on the outer and inner corner, mainly on the outer corner, and then just blend it. Now taking the matte white and patting it on the brow bone as a highlight. I know that some of y'all are cringing right now. And now for the star of the show, we're going to be using Wonderland Cosmetics Wonder Dust Glitter, and this is in the color Haze, which is a beautiful, beautiful purple color. There is so much fallout, Jesus Christ. But first, I'm going to be taking glitter adhesive and just patting this on my eyelid. I'm using just a regular art brush for this because I really do not want to ruin my good brushes. Then we're going to pick up the glitter and go crazy. Okay, that's enough for the glitter, and oh my god, there's a lot of fallout! Just gonna reapply some of that black. So as my foundation, I actually wanted to go in with the original kind of like clown white Joker face, but I do want a little bit of a skin tone in there, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC42 mixed with Ben Nye's Professional Clown White Cream Makeup, and I'm going to apply this to my face. Now I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and just blend all of this out. Okay, so for contour, this is where things are gonna get interesting. So instead of contouring with browns and with really kind of like normal colors, we're gonna go with grays and with blacks because I am very pale at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Cinema Secrets Flesh Stone stack and I'm gonna take this black from the Ben Nye color wheel and I'm gonna mix them together with a little bit of white to get a gray. Okay, so now I set my face using the Airspun Coty powder, which has a little bit more of a kind of like a skin tone tint to it. So I use it to basically set my entire face. If you want to go for more of a white finish, that I would recommend a translucent powder. But I'm gonna let this sit in my face for like 5 minutes, then I'm gonna remove it and then switch to voiceover because it's already like midnight and people are sleeping in my house, so So now we're moving on to the under eye, and before I take this beautiful green shade from the Avant Pop palette, I'm taking the NYX's Jumbo Eyeliner Pencil in Milk and using this as a primer so that the shadow can be very, very pigmented and can stand out as much as possible, and then taking the 200 brush again by Morphe and just making sure that everything is blended and just adding more green to the brows. Then I'm taking a gray eyeshadow and I'm using this to contour my face, and I'm also using this to basically snatch my nose for doys. And then I am basically watering down my Mayron Paradise Paint in white and using this to soften down all the contours and all the highlights on my face and blend everything together, as well as cut those cheekbones and make everything look seamless and very blended. Then taking the green from the Avant Pop palette and adding this to the contours of my face. After that, I took the highlight shade from the NYX's Contour Kit, but honestly, this was just not doing it for me, so I just decided to apply the pearly white shade from the NYX's Avant Pop palette to the top of my cheekbones, tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and that made me glow like a queen. Applied black bean to my waterline, and then smudged it down using a little bit of that green from the Avant Pop palette again. Highlighting the inner corner with that pearly white shade again before applying mascara, and then adding these beautiful pair of lashes from the Makeup Shack. Sadly, they do not have a name or number from what I can see, so I will just have the website linked down below, but they are just so gorgeous. They are wispy and winged out in the outer corner. They're just beautiful. And then I'm intensifying the inner and outer corner of my eyes using Hot Black from NYX, and then I'm taking the coral shade from the NYX's Avant Pop palette and using this as blush before taking the NYX's Liquid Suede and Cherry Skies and applying this to my lips, both top and bottom, and overlining just a tiny bit to make my lips look very plump and sexy. Now for the hair, you can obviously dye it green or just use a regular hairspray that you can find at the Halloween store, especially now that it's Halloween season, but I decided to just add Paradise Paint in white to fully blank out my hair, and then add Paradise Paint in green and just airbrush that all over my hair, and I had to do about 2 layers to get it as opaque and as green as possible. But actually after this, you are basically done. Now you don't have to add the beard, I just did it for funsies, but this is the complete entire look. So I really hope that you all enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and if you did, please make sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, the links will be down below, as well as the list of products that I used in this video. So I really hope to see you next time, and bye guys!